guys, how are you all doing today? Welcome back to my channel. You're all welcome. So hello everyone, once again, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliettsstyleglam. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for being here. And if this is your first time on my channel, well, you are awesomely, truly welcome. Alright, so it's crazy hot in France today. We're spotting 40-degree weather. So you people have to excuse your sister because I cannot come and keep myself in the name of wearing makeup. I can't do that. But I just all the same, I just said, okay, I'll be looking, good for you guys, have the skin popping and the illuminators, doing their job. I hope you guys can see it. Shout out to the face if you can see, if you understand the glow game. All right. Okay, so today's video, but before I go on, I did this myself. Rough walk. I don't know, you guys know I'm a fashion blogger. I blog, so, and I'm into making pieces. I'm not that good. I also talked about the fact that I have a tailor here who makes stuff for me, and he just brought in the last stuff, so I'm going to feature it in one of my videos as my summer, as what the kind of things I like to wear for summer. But this is one of them. These are kind of things I like to wear during the summer, especially when it's extremely hot. I'm wearing a boob tube or a boob bra, okay, to give me some breeze. And this fabric is super lightweight, as in super, you don't need to sew it because of the way the fabric is. I bought it for cheap, actually, very cheap. Anyway, let's not go too much. Let me get down to the business of the day. So today's video, I'm going to be centering again on domestic abuse and domestic violence, specifically the issue of strangulation. Now, why I decided to talk about this, remember I have a video on this, and you could call this a trigger. I also made a scarf out of it. Yay! Very thin though. I'm going to make a pair of, sorry for cutting off again, I'm going to make a pair of trousers, palazzos, with the same fabric. Like I said, the fabric is really thin. So for example, this one I tried sewing yesterday, and each time I spent about over 3 hours trying to sew it yesterday, and it wasn't working. So what I now did was I cut a piece of fabric from the cloth and put it through loops, and that's how I was able to get this. So most likely for the pants, that's the same thing I'm going to do. Okay, I finished talking about that one now. All right, so I want to talk about strangulation particularly, and why I'm going to talk about it is because I came across a video on YouTube, on Instagram, and this video, or this it was about this reality TV show where so I'll try and find it. I'm gonna pick I hope the video is still on I hope the video is still there. I'm going to attach just the piece of it in there, and please, it's a bit, it contains quite, disturbing images, so please, if you're one of those people, don't go there. So it's
I look extra aggressive.
Yo, you look yo, like for real, my yo. No. Bugging out. Oh, no. Like, you lucky I don't hurt you, yo.
Are you kidding me?
This house is on fire.
Just threw that apple in my face for no
Put hands on. What the?
I'm going to the county.
I look crazy.
this reality TV show where they do a couples thing, and in that video we now see the husband, going like this on her. Because I'm not a fan of reality TV, that I will tell you guys for a fact. Okay, yes, it's the real Tahiri, okay? And like I said, I'm going to put it in the video so that you guys can see what it's, his name is Vado, and he grabs Tahiri by the neck. So first of all, I just, and like I said, you guys, I've done a video on domestic, violence and abuse, and, how it, what it was, my story, and today I'm going to be talking about this. And as you would guess, I think for every, or for things like this, there's always this trigger, when it comes to similar, or when you see things that are similar, and then it got me talking, because I saw that video and I could not for the life of me understand how this was possible. How was this possible? How? And then one of the things that was upsetting was the fact that the network actually had been hiding this, and they had known this was going on. And even while they were there, all the men who sat down there were actually watching this guy before any of them moved. Well, I don't want to go there, but I just want to pick out something. Now, by law, okay, because, initially I said I was calling it choking. I'm going to put the real definition in the video. And it says that it's actually strangulation. Choking is the act of when someone, is the, more or less, the, what's it called again? It says something is in the context, no, sorry. The choking is, in a situation whereby someone is munching something or something blocks, the airwaves, like food, where you have to do the Heimlich maneuver. I'm going to put all the definition inside this thing so that you people can see it. Understand? You gotta go? Good. Meanwhile, strangulation in its terms are defined by reduced airflow and or blood flow to or from the brain, okay, via the intentional external compression of blood vessels or the airway in the neck. And there are two types of strangulation: the manual strangulation, that is gripping of one's throat with the hands, and ligature strangulation, which was practiced, or which has been practiced in America, or which was practiced in America in the era of the slave trade and co. So basically, in a nutshell, strangulation is when you actually hold someone and you intentionally, stop airwaves, from the airway, from air from passing through, the person's, airwaves. And this could be dangerous, as in, sometimes we just see things like this, we're not even aware of how quickly things could get out of control. It takes 62 seconds, between 62 seconds to 157 seconds for someone to die from that. So 62 seconds is enough for you to go unconscious or even die. And then there are other things that come out of it, or other things that attach to it. We're talking about issues ranging from a broken trachea or broken, what's it called again? They said it's the carotid, the broken carotid, talking about the carotid arteries, and swollen bloodshot eyes, sore throat. Things could, and things could really go, left from any of these things. Now, my issue in all of this, is the fact that, and I can't for the life of me, I've tried so hard, to understand what will make a man decide that, okay, I'm going to lay my hands on a woman, why would you do that? And it keeps on, occurring to me, like I said, is that the victim is the person who allows it. Unconsciously though, okay? So I don't want to go blaming the victims, because I know you're a victim, or I know we're victims, okay? But it's an unconscious act. And I want to, just highlight what you need to know, or what you need to look for in an abusive person. Mind you, it's never obvious, okay? So, you don't go out with intention that, you're going to meet an abusive man. Okay, that's the truth. You don't start a relationship, in that regard that, oh, you're going to be meeting an abusive person today and you're going to get stuck in this. No, that's not the intention. But then when a situation where, you begin to look at certain signs and what you need to look out for, because, from what that video showed and what they was said was that it had been going on for a long time. So understand and know this, that most victims of abuse will always be, or be victims of the same abuser. And a woman who's been strangulated before will definitely be a victim of her strangler again. And from statistics show us that it's about 7.5 times more risk of happening. Okay, and for me, just what I want to talk about here is what we need to look out for as women. I'm not coming here to you as someone who is trying to tell you, oh, no, you should have. No, I'm not going to do that, because I've been a victim and I know. And I'll tell you categorically, I did not go in there thinking or believing that, oh my God, this is, no. Mine actually started less than a month into that relationship. Get this, I was in that relationship for 4 years. Yes, I was in that relationship for 4 fucking years. I think my come to Jesus moment was on one of the holidays from school, from university. I came home and my dad told me something that was very telling. And he said he saw me. No, he said, my dad walked up to me, looked at me, and he said, why is your, because initially before, this part of my face used to be dark. Yes, it used to be, every other part of my face was okay, this part was dark. And I had actually, had an issue with this person, and this part was permanently dark. It wasn't black, but it was dark compared to every other part of my face. Now, I knew that it wasn't hyperpigmentation, and I felt initially that it was a wound that was healing. But it wasn't healing soon, if I should use that language. So my dad I came back on holiday one of those days, and my dad looked at me and he said, I've been watching you and you've had this black spot on your eye for a long time. What's going on? I think that was my come to Jesus moment, because I just couldn't understand or imagine telling my father, certain things. And I don't know, I think at that moment I felt ashamed of myself, for letting this go on when I knew I had a choice. If you remember, I'm going to put the video here so that you can listen to the things that made me, because I was in a situation whereby I was receiving depreciating and deprecating a language from this person. So I think at that time my father, looked at me and made that statement. I think that was my come to Jesus moment, and that was when I told myself I had to go, that it was time to leave, And there are certain signs you got to look out for, in these people. Truthfully, they come out looking all normal and stuff, but they are far from it. And many of them, I'll tell you, many of them are narcissistic. I'm going to put the link of, there's an Instagram account I actually, stalk on narcissistic behavior. I'm going to put her handle, or his handle, I don't know if it is, in this video, and you can see. And they're actually narcissistic. So I just want to tell us some things to look out for. Okay, I have them written down, so I'll just walk through how you could easily become a victim of domestic violence and abuse, and of this capacity. So one of the things is depreciating humor. Now you find out that something that you've been doing with this person, okay, or in the initial or in the beginning of the relationship that used to be funny to this person, they act really weird out of the blues, So you've been having this aside joke with this person for a while, or in the beginning, and all of a sudden it ceases to be funny. This person, is on this high and low. It's like they have bipolar disorder at one point in their, at each point in their lives. It's scary, So, like I said, you may not know, you will not know, but they look like normal people. They are walking on the streets, they are buying shawarma, they are buying ice cream, they are taking you to holiday resort. Those are normal things. So how would you know? So it's more psychological, and but there are physical traits that will eventually come out. Okay. Now, another thing you have to look out for is, I talked about this again in the same video, role playing and manipulating you into believing that they are the part of a protector. Okay, so it comes into the area of, oh, this your friend is this, that your friend is that. I'm trying to protect you. I'm there for you. I will never do this. I will never do. I read a book on this sometime. I can't remember it was actually a romance novel, but I think for me, I felt that book was much more troubling than it was romance. Two people who had gone through serious psychological trauma. One was a sexual abuse victim, and the other was also, an identity crisis or something. There were two people who had serious psychological issues that were going through, and they were supposed to be in love with each other. And you would see the cycle of dependence on each other. And in my brain, I was trying to understand, or get how are these two people supposed to be helping each other in their situation. Like I said, it was a romance book. I'll look for it. I think it was The Cross, something, Gideon Cross or something. I'll look for the name and put it here. I tried to understand, it was pretty interesting, but I was going through the motions of the power play abuse. I was trying to understand how are these two people supposed to get this right, but it's a book, it's fiction. So, but I mean, this is my senses talking to me here. Now, manipulating your partner's thoughts. Yes, this is very, 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 very common with people or abusive partners. When someone who is prone to abuse you, the person begins to get into your head. I am talking the things you wear. I am talking, making you understand that you're the only one at fault for anything that goes wrong. Listen, I went through it. I said it and I cited it in that video, in the same video, and I'm going to put it here again. The guy was telling me that without him, I couldn't get a better man. That he was the one, and at a point in my life, I was actually believing that. I actually believed it because from the get-go, look at the catch. The catch 22 was that from the get-go, when we first met, not up to a week, there is something romantic about a man whom you meet for the first time telling you, I'm going to marry you. You're going to be my wife. So that got into my head. Okay? You see, like I told you, it's not something I found out. I did not know, and I was like, oh my God, my heart was just doing, hey, my marriage, this is, I felt it to the bottom of my stomach. I felt it, So I was like, hey, so when somebody begins to condition your thoughts, making you understand that, your friends, I remember he said so many things about how my friends were dating numerous men, how my friends were not good enough for me. I was better than they were. I was this. I was like, what? So I am this special. Yes, it comes into play, sisters. Yes. So you got to look out for things like that because, I think a healthy man and someone who wants a healthy relationship and who's got confidence in himself is not going to be doing that. He's going to be looking forward to seeing your friends, getting to know who they are, and trying to give the same respect he accords to you, to your friends. I think that is what a man who's got skill, you know, who's got confidence in himself, that's what he's going to be playing, you know, towards, not, you know, trying to get into your head and trying to manipulate your thoughts. So those are the things you have to look out for. Another thing again that you have to look out for is love bombing. Yes, you know, there are some women that, you know, are like, and you know, a lot of people will say, for example, like I said, I'm Nigerian, I come from Nigeria, and you hear a lot of Nigerian women will be saying, Nigerian men are not romantic, Nigerian men are not romantic. My dear, sometimes, you know, I'm not saying it's bad to be romantic, but there are some that do it overly to the top. I had this friend, you know, I don't know where she is right now. I spoke to her last, I think in 2009 or 10, but there was something that was very particular about her. And I couldn't get it, and I didn't understand it. The fact that if she met a guy for the first time today, and then you start coming on so strong, she'll disappear. You'll never see her again. I used to wonder, like, what the hell is wrong with you? You know, she was like, you know, she would tell me in Igbo, biko, all this in the love bugom, you know, I'll put the translation when I'm saying in the, you know, and she was like that. She stuck to it. She did not want to have anything. Once you begin to love bomb her, boom, that's it. So people like this is what they do. They love bomb you. They're always around. You think he's laughing. He's not laughing. He's monitoring spirits in disguise. Yes, he's monitoring you, because what they do is you are out with your friends. They're there. Oh, where are you? I love you. No, I miss you. They will make you leave where you are just because they want to see you, or because they want to make you believe that, you know, they are in love with you. They want to see you. They want to, you know, do everything with you. See. It's a lie. They just want to cage you. Yes, they just want to cage you. Yes, it happened. The thing is, it's real. It's not like unreal. It's real. These things are real. They are going on. So, you know, these are things that you got to look out for. I don't think it's healthy for a guy to even be bothered about, you know, I remember when I first met my husband, an incident happened when we first started dating, and I went to the store to buy something, and I met another lady there, a Nigerian, and she was like, where is your boo now? I was like, oh, I don't know, like, I don't know, you know. I just said, it wasn't intentional, like, I don't know where he is, somewhere, you know. And she was like, you know, the way she said it was like, I'm like, what's going on? She was like, that's now, wow, you will just leave him like that, let him be going up and down, like, he has his life to live, I got mine. You know, we mustn't be together all the time too. She was like, nah, it ain't happening with me. He's got to be with me all the time. I was like, yeah, you know. So it's about, you know, when you're confident enough in yourself and the person who you're dealing with, I don't think, you know, there is need for you to keep, where are you? You know, I miss you. There is no need to do that. But most narcissistic and, you know, abusive people, they do that. They love bomb you. All right. Now, one of the things, again, that you've got to look out for more than anything is they always try to look for a place, or they abuse you in a way that is it's concealed as ordinary behavior, okay, in order to maintain a level of advantage over you. So financially, most of them are always threatened by finances, but they will never show it. You know, you will hear things like, oh, but baby, I want to be the one to take care of you, you know. I want to be the one to, you know, take you out. I want to be the one to take you to the Bahamas. That's the kind of things you'll be able to tell you. Oh, you know, baby, I'm the one, I'm the man. Give it to me, you know, let me be the one. See. Listen, there is no shame. There is nothing wrong with looking for your own coins, honey. But they come to you with all of that, you know, trying to make you feel and believe that, you know, he just wants to be the protector. He just wants to be the provider. He just wants to be, you know. It's not, I don't think, especially in this present age and time, really, with things that, how the world is so unpredictable right now. I don't think you would want to be sitting down on your ass and expecting the man to always get in the money. So if there's a man who's doing that, and is, even if the guy is the biggest billionaire, I think one of the things he could do for you is, okay, put you in one of his companies somewhere and get a position somewhere and just be doing something, but make sure you're getting paid all the same, but get something doing, because once they're able to take away your financial independence from you, they got you. I'm telling you, they got you, because at the time, what they now begin to do is, when the abuse proper, and that is actually the main icing on the cake for them, because when the abuse proper starts, they put you in the situation of helplessness. You're thinking, so how do I pay for a house? How do I get out of here? What do I do? When children become involved, it's much more difficult to you. It will be much more difficult, because what you're thinking about is, oh, my children, who's going to take care of my kids? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Where do I get the money for this? You're thinking about all this. And why you were thinking about all this is because many of us abuse victims fail to press charges. I've said it so many times. I lived with, I've seen it happen. Many abuse victims have failed to press charges. Listen, I went through my ish, and I told myself, I said, no other man. There was a day my husband was, he was trying to tease me. And, there was this lady, we heard that the lady and her husband were having an issue in France. And the neighbors called the police. She's actually Nigerian. The neighbors called the police, because it had been going on. And the police came to their house, and the woman refused. Rather, she was begging the man. So at that point, what do you want to do? Nothing. You cannot do anything. And most policemen, they're like, this is the problem. Many women fail to press charges. That's one of the biggest problems. Not understanding or knowing the rights you have, or even knowing that, yes, this thing could, the state could come in and help you. Okay, so what am I saying in a nutshell? At the end of the day, if you're able to press charges, at least you'll be able to take care of, certain things, and, help you get a job, begin to start looking. But in most of the cases, we are not doing the filing charges thing, because, oh, it's the husband of it's the father of my children, it's the husband of my heart, it's the love of my stomach, it's the love of my second life. Those kind of things is working, it's the wahala, it's too much. Okay, so we have to be thinking, we got to be, I would say, proactive in some of these things. Now, I'm going to say something again, and this is as a form of encouragement to abuse, or people who are in abusive relationships, or who are actually going through abusive relationships. And this is what I'm going to say to you as a form of encouragement. So what do you need to do? First of all, never, ever, ever, ever put yourself, or never, ever put anyone above yourself. And that is one of the things that is, very, 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 a lot of women do that thing. Oh, it's my own name. No, don't do that. If you are a go-getter, keep getting. If you are a high flyer, keep flying. If he's ready to roll with you, he will roll like rollers for you. If he's ready to, do it with you, the person is going to do it. This thing is happening again. Is pulling back. This was what happened in my last video, and my scarf came out looking really messed up, and I don't like it. Okay, no, you see, it's gone out messed up again, but I'll manage it like this until the end of this video. All right, so if you are any of those things, keep doing what you do. Don't look or blink at any other person who is being threatened or feels threatened by your high-flying achievements. Is his cup of tea. You hear me? It's in their pockets, That's it. Secondly, do not let anyone mess with your head or your emotions. And that is, I know it's hard because you may not be able to realize, or but because there's something I keep on saying, no one can ever tell you the truth more than yourself. Because as individuals where we are, we know we know our strong points, and we know our weak points. We know what we do good, we know what we do horribly. All right? We know where we have failed, we've known where we have faults, and we know when, we do. Okay? So when you are in that situation, okay, do not let anyone, mess with your head or emotions, because Your emotions they're a gem, they are a treasure for you to share. And if this person doesn't like the shared emotions you're giving, don't let them mess with your head. Don't let them mess with your thoughts, your process. Don't do that. Don't let anyone do that. This person came, you were all that and more. All right? Never let anyone talk down at you. Never. No one has the right to look at you like you're a piece of, you bear. Don't do that. Nobody gets the right to talk to you like it won't say. Don't do that. Never let anyone talk down at you. Anyone talk down, you talk back. I learned that lesson too. Never. Because that's all you got. Right? And then, never ever take responsibility for their actions, because that's the problem with abusive people. They never ever agree and say, okay, I did this, I was wrong, I'm sorry. They will never. Everything has to be another person's fault. They don't even know, they don't even see themselves as wrongdoers. Never. It's always your fault. And in your mind and in your head, you know that this person, because what you now start doing is questioning yourself. Abi. No, don't Abi anything. The one that you know that you did wrong, accept that you did that one wrong, apologize for it, and move on. But never ever take responsibility for their actions. If they are not ready to take responsibility for their actions, it's their cup of tea. Bruce Lee pass, Bawa 440. Run. I'm being stupid right now. Alright guys, so that's all I had to say on this video. Pretty long, but I'm sorry, that's how it came out. I'll try to edit more, but then I'll try to put in all the handles I talked about, and the definitions of the difference between choking and strangulation, so that you will understand what I'm talking about as well. And please not fail to like, share, subscribe, and share this video. Like my videos, because when you like my videos, YouTube gets to propose or put my videos up for other people to see. So please like my videos, please share, I will be so grateful, and please subscribe. It's not gonna cost you anything, and I'm gonna keep on telling you to subscribe because it doesn't cost you 5 kobo. I'm gonna keep on telling you to subscribe because I need your subscription. I'm gonna keep on telling you to subscribe because I need 1,000 subscribers. Alright, so on that note, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode of The Couch Moments, and until our next video, bye bye. Bye.